Hi, Charlie Rose here, and today we're going to work on building a custom insert. Those are things that we sell plenty of, and I want to make this simpler for us to be able to do. So this is in your SketchUp template currently. We haven't really talked a whole lot about how to use it. It needs to be resized to be used best and simplest, but I'm going to show you how we can do that. It has a lid on it too, but we took that off. So here I've got pictures of where we want to go and some measurements, and I'll show you how we're going to go about doing that. Now, it's not necessary at all to do this when you're doing it, but I'm doing this just for the purpose of demonstration. So what we're going to have is an insert that sits inside this drawer. This is the A dimension of the drawer. This is the B dimension of the drawer. So in the insert that goes in here, it's not going to have a border. It's just going to have dividers in it. It's going to have one divider that goes down through here, another one across the top that kind of fences this in. We're not going to use this plastic utensil divider. We're going to come in and put dividers in here to mimic and match this, and then we're going to put another one across the top for the longer knives, and then this will be open up here. So I'll show you what we're going to do with that. So first we need to size this bottom panel so that it fits the A and B dimensions of the drawer itself. So the A dimension inside of the drawer here is 448. We're going to give it a slight bit of wiggle room. So we're going to go back to the insert. We're going to make that dimension, let's see here. We're going to make that dimension 448. I know it's currently set up at 500, so we're going to shrink it by 52 millimeters. So what I want to do is select the bottom panel until it's dotted on this side. I'm going to hit my push-pull button and move it in that direction, 52, and you'll see in the bottom corner here where it says distance when I typed in 52, and then I'm going to enter. So that shortened that dimension by 52 millimeters. Now what I want to do is we're going to go look at the B dimension. Inside of that drawer box, it is, we're going to say 505 for the sake of simplicity here. So let's go back to the insert. And now we need to shorten it, this dimension. Actually, it's already 500. It needs to be elongated 5 millimeters. Push pull, grab that side. We're going to go out here and just type in 5, enter, and so now it is now 5 millimeters longer. So what we will do is we're going to take and move all of these pieces here that we don't need right at the moment out of the way so you can kind of see what we're working with. So now I've got this bottom panel that I know that will fit in this drawer. So what I want is this vertical here, and based upon this measurement that I've got here for this plastic tray, it's 280 millimeters. So we're going to use that for that first component piece. So what I'm going to do now is move it back to where it was. And I needed to move it. What did we say that was? 280 millimeters. So we're going to grab it and move it 280. Plus, I want on the inside. Actually, no, that's going to be right. Never mind. We got 280 there. And I need to know this dimension of the plastic tray. So what is the B dimension of the plastic insert? All the way to the top of it is right at 340. So what we are going to do here is we're going to take this one, and it needs to be up here, as you can see, 340 millimeters. So I'm going to grab it. I don't have to grab it anywhere on it, but I'm just going to move it up in that axis directions, 340 millimeters. And I am going to grab it here, move it all the way, keeping that red axis on, and locking it on its edge. So now, I grab this end, push pull it, and make it stop just short of that. So now I've got this full view. I've essentially got this in this dimension. I'm going to add another component up here. We're going to take this. For this instance, I'm just going to eyeball it, even though I'd want to do the measurement before giving this to the client. I'm going to put it here. That's going to be for the longer knives. They've got a section up here that they can store small items. one thing I see I need to do too after I shorten this. This divider shortened to match this edge. I need to lengthen this one because we lengthened the bottom panel 5 millimeters. Bring it up here. We're going to look at the insert again, see where we are. So we've got a good chunk of it. Now we need to come in and put these partitions in it. So I'm going to do this knife here. I know from this that it's 45 millimeters. So I am going to move so that the inside dimension is 45 millimeters. So I'm going to actually take this one and I'm going to move it this dimension in that red plane, red axis. I'm going to hit Control to copy the other one back. I know it's 45 in between, so I've got to actually move it 55 because of the thickness of the divider here. And if I measure inside, you can verify with a tape measure, it is indeed 45, but I don't need it to come all the way up that high. So what I'm going to do is go around the back side. I'm going to do the push-pull again. Sorry we're doing this quickly, but I want to make sure that we can get it in a timely fashion here and not spend too much time. You can always pause it and go back for anything that you might have questions on. So that gives us the partition for the knives, and we're going to take and drop this one down now, and we're going to look at the B dimension, of the plastic insert, which is right here. We're going to say it's 260 minus 330 minus 260. So we're going to say it's 70 millimeters at the top. So that's the dimension of these larger serving pieces. And we're going to go back to the insert. And we're going to drop this 70 millimeters plus the thickness of this divider, which is 10. So drop it 80 millimeters. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to move it down 80 millimeters, but before I hit 80, I'm going to hit Control to make a copy. Now I'm going to type in 80, and that's where I want it to be. I need to shorten this up, so what I'm going to do is select it. Now I can't select this edge the way it is because I can't see it, so what I'm going to do is do a rectangular window and capture it. And so you can see a little bit, there's a blue line there, so I have captured that end. You'll see it when I move it in just a second. The push-pull button. You can see that's where the end is captured. And so I can select anywhere along this edge of this corner and it'll stop where I need it to be there too. So again, we're going to look at the full view. Now we've got this top section here, and all I need to do is put these 3 little dividers. And so with there being one in the middle, I can put it centrally located and make this all equal if I wanted to. You may or may not want to do that, but that's certainly your call in the design. I'm going to take this divider and I want to put it along this piece on the center midpoint. So I'm going to grab it here at the very middle. I'm going to move it, grab it at the midpoint, again hitting Control, and I'm going to come down here and find the midpoint. It should snap to it. There it is, right there, midpoint. So that gives me equal dimensions there. I'm going to shorten this up and make it on this edge. And now I'm going to centralize that space too. Let's measure it. Here I've got 107. I hit my tape measure, T, 107. I'm going to grab this in the middle, and I need to move it half that distance plus half this divider distance to get it there in the middle. So that is 107, so it's 53.5 plus 5, it's 58.5. So grab it here in the middle, hit Control, and we're going to move 58.5. Do the same thing here. Move it, Control, 58.5, hit Enter. And I have 4 equal components, or 4 equal divided spaces. I have this all that should now match what we're trying to do in this particular space. And there is your custom insert. So hope that helps make things a little bit easier. I'll show you next how we can upload this in the custom insert form that we've created that makes things a whole lot easier in terms of being able to get that so that your designer and installer can put this in the Wish portal and it can be built accordingly. Good luck.